look at me
I
in
know.
my bridal gown. But did you feel like there wasn't enough focus on you?
No,
Okay.
it's fine.
When you go to a wedding, no one's like, oh my God, I can't wait to eat that wedding cake. When we finally got our photos from our photographer, they're like, oh, that's what it looked like.
Did I have some?
Oh,
Wow.
you were so wasted. People just kept bringing us drinks and wine on a wedding dress.
Oh no.
You need OxyClean.
Don't have a wedding.
What? My wedding day was the best day of my life.
Good answer. Good answer.
I forgot how we start this.
Welcome to Life Lately.
Welcome back to
This
that.
is
Oh.
this is Life Lately at night.
Yes. So bear with us on the lighting here if you're watching the video version, because this is our first like fully nighttime recording, which the last one we
Did
did.
you just say bear with the audio? Is that what you just said?
I said video. Or no, I said bear with the lighting
Oh.
if you're watching the video version.
Okay.
Anyway, it is dark outside. We are doing our best with the lighting we have. Hopefully it's cozy, because that's the goal. But yes, unfortunately this man is a working man, so he can't film when there's light out. At least not right now, because it's winter.
Yeah.
But anyway, welcome back to the pod. Life lately. How's your life going lately?
It's good. I had a good day at work today. This week overall wasn't great, but today I had a good day. So I picked up my spirits.
Happy
And
Friday.
our date picked up our spirits.
Yeah, that was fun. We went on a date before this.
Yep. And then got dragged back to work.
No, this is fun work though. Hey, don't make that face. Okay, well, while we're talking about our lives, we can start off with each of our L's for the week.
Crap, I didn't think of one.
All right, well, I'll go first then. If you don't have one, it's fine, because I kind of have two.
Is one for me?
No, they're both for me, but they're both mediocre, so that's why I'm giving two. The first one is, as I mentioned, we went to dinner tonight, and we walked for longer than expected to get there, and it started raining, so I feel like my hair is reflecting that. It's like frizzy and gross. So that's my first L.
What are you talking about? That doesn't even count. It does not
That's
even
why
look.
I said I'm giving two, because they're both kind of bad.
That really does not look. It does not look like that at all.
Oh,
It looks
thank
great.
you. Thank you. My second L, but this is why it's also kind of a half L, because it's like a positive L, is I had my second laser hair removal appointment this week, and the reason it's an L is because it hurts really bad, but it's a positive L because we're making progress, and hopefully one day I will permanently have no hair. So those are my two little L's. They're like half L's.
Yeah, they're like backhanded L's. Like there's
That's
a
why I
little
gave
W.
two, you know? Because I feel like I can't just give one of
Like the
them.
laser hair removal is like, yes, you're on your way to having no hair on your legs.
Yeah, that's why it's a positive L.
Yeah, gotcha.
It's not fun. It hurts really bad,
Okay.
but it's doing something. If it hurts, it's working.
Okay.
You got any L's for us, or?
I'll give it a lame L. So I've been struggling to wake up because it's so freaking cold in our bedroom. And I sleep on the side closest to the window, so I'm getting all the cold air, and Rachel's all warm on her side away from the window. And I have my alarm set for 7 a.m. like every morning, and I can never wake up at 7. And Suki does not help me wake up. Like she'll hear my alarm and she'll start jumping on me like, oh, I want to go out, I want to go eat. But she doesn't do it at 7 in the morning.
It's
She
too
only does.
early. She's
She only
cold and
starts at 8.
tired.
At 8, that's when she'll wake me up. But by 8, I'm already late. I'm already late for work.
I mean, if you get up at 8 and go straight to your computer, you're not.
No,
No?
I am. If you're not 5 minutes, if you're not 2 hours early, you're late in my business.
Okay. Well, anyway. Wait, that's funny that your L this week was about sleep, and then a couple
Was your
weeks ago,
L
mine
last
was
year?
about
Last 2
sleep.
weeks ago?
Yeah,
Oh
whatever
yeah.
episode that was. I don't know exactly what order these are coming out in.
That was
Yeah.
the same week. That's crazy.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, that was last week. When did we film?
We didn't film this week.
Oh.
That's what you're talking about.
Never mind. Cut this part. Cut this part.
All right. Anyway, those are our L's for the week. But yes, the walk to the restaurant was a half L because the restaurant was so good.
Yes.
If anyone is from Portland, we went to
Bartini.
I guess it's like the bar half of the fondue restaurant right next to it. And
It's on West 24th or Northwest 21st
yes.
Avenue, right?
Yes. and it was so yummy. We got a couple appetizers, one of which was a fondue plate and some drinks. It was delicious.
Yeah, the crab cakes, shout out. Crab cakes were good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, nice little date night to reconnect because, the dog takes a toll on our relationship sometimes. The parents need a night out sometimes.
Yes, exactly.
We say now. Parents with actual kids are like, girl, shut up. Anyway, in this episode, the meat and potatoes of this episode, we are going to be kind of talking about our wedding, which, if you didn't know, we somewhat recently got married. It was a few months ago now, in October of 2024. And
wow, time flies.
yes.
It's like 4 months ago.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Almost. There is like a cute little wedding vlog on my channel if you haven't seen that. It's basically just a conglomeration of footage from different people's phones throughout the day, but it's cute. But we thought, or I guess I thought, that it would be fun to do a little wedding day recap in the form of like things we would do again and things we wouldn't do again. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We each made a list of a few do's and a few don'ts, and we're going to discuss them. I haven't seen his list. He hasn't seen mine. I'm wondering if there will be a lot of overlap or if we'll have
Probably
a lot of
not, because I just thought of mine within the past 5 minutes.
So you think yours are bad?
No, I think, yeah.
Okay, great. So you guys are really here for some quality content, if you're wondering.
This podcast is going to be bad.
Because you're the half
of
of
me.
it. Okay,
Yep.
yeah. So definitely stick around. Definitely hit the subscribe. It's definitely worth your time. Anyway, I'll go first because I know you're still low-key working on your list.
Okay, so what are you going to do? Do's or don'ts
I think
first?
we'll alternate. One do, one don't. One like we'll each do a do, we'll each do a don't. We'll each do, I feel like that's good. Also, I do want to preface that it's kind of hard for me to say my do's and don'ts because I feel like a lot of people say, oh, I wouldn't do a big traditional wedding. If I could do it all over again, I'd do something really small. But I feel like it's really easy to say that when you have done the whole big thing because you've already done it and you're like, oh, it was so stressful. It was so much. I'd rather just do a small wedding. But then picture you had never done the big thing and you did just do a small wedding. I feel like there would be a part of me, that always wondered like, oh, what? Maybe I should have done a big one. Like, I wonder what that would have been like, So anyway, I try not to pick anything like that that's so different, even though it has crossed my mind before of doing something smaller, just because I'm like, I now have the privilege of saying I had not big, we had like 80 something people, but like a normal sized traditional wedding, I feel like. And now that I have had that, I don't want to say I wouldn't do it again because I've had it. You know what I'm saying? You get me?
I get you.
All right. Anyway, I'll start with my first do. Something I would do again is a first look, which is kind of funny because when we first started wedding planning, I was against a first look. Like in the very beginning, I was like, I don't want to do a first look. I want you to see me for the first time coming down the aisle. And that's that. And I thought I had made up my mind on that. But then I don't know, as time went on and as we got closer to the wedding, I think maybe in the process of all the wedding planning, I was realizing how much of the day is taken up by mingling with guests, getting ready, taking photos, doing all these traditions and stuff. So that made me start to lean more towards a first look because it was I want more time with you in the day. Our ceremony started at 4:30. So if we hadn't done a first look, my first time seeing you on our wedding day would have been at 4:30. And by then the ceremony starts, followed by cocktail hour and photos, followed by reception. You basically have no downtime the entire day. But I really liked how we did it. We did our first look around 2. And I did all of our photos with just us two and our bridal party
Before,
so that we wouldn't have to do it after the ceremony. And then we had a little bit of time to just be like, wow, we're about to get married. This is cool.
Exactly.
And I just feel I feel like I had more chill downtime with you because of that, instead of you seeing me for the first time at 4:30 and then bang, bang, bang the rest of the night and suddenly it's over. So it's kind of funny because I didn't think I would want to do that. And then we did do it and I do not regret it. I would definitely do it again.
I strongly agree with you on that point that even though it was our wedding day, we don't have any time together.
No, literally.
Just even the ceremony, we're not really together.
Yeah,
for most of
it's
it.
it's very formal. It's we're not hanging out or I do reading our vows, very serious. So
yeah, so I'm really glad that we did that. I feel like it made it more It made it feel more like our day rather than
Yeah,
like,
a performance.
yes.
I remember one of the things that in the beginning oh my gosh, English. One of the things I didn't want to do. Oh my God, I can't speak. One of the reasons I didn't want to do first look in the beginning was because I thought it would affect like the overall feeling and like how special it is of me walking down the aisle and you seeing me for the first time. I remember thinking that it would like make that less special or less impactful or like it wouldn't be as emotional or whatever. But that was definitely not the case. It definitely had no effect because he was sobbing.
Nah.
Yeah.
No, I got a little sweaty. It was hot.
Oh, okay.
It was like
Sweating from your
70,
eyeballs.
74 degrees.
So I don't think, yeah, that was something I was concerned about, and I don't think it had any effect, which is cool.
For that sobbing part, you should like put a picture.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Yeah. Okay, my turn.
Yes.
I agree with that one. That's good. All right. For I do, or wedding dues, you should, like we did, book a hotel or a B&B very, very close to your venue. Because I was thinking, oh no, we could drive somewhere, blah, blah, blah. I was totally cooked, like so drunk after the wedding. And we just walked. No, we took a
drove.
limo, right?
Yeah. Not a limo.
Yeah.
You don't even remember you were that cooked.
Your parents got us a nice, like a chauffeur to take us back.
Yes.
And I totally needed that. And
it was a nice, quick drive.
Ideally, your wedding to like a Domino's because we ordered pizza after the wedding, and that was the best pizza.
That pizza hit the spot.
Oh my God, that should be a requirement, like a modern day tradition for weddings. It's the post wedding pizza.
Yeah, I feel like that's another do that emerged from your first do. You have to get pizza after.
That was part of the pizza. That was part of it. It was hotel
was kind of
and
a close
pizza.
Airbnb and pizza.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, we see what he really values in a wedding day.
Practicality.
All right. So now I'm going to go with my first don't.
Ooh.
This one, I don't really know how to not do this, but it's something I wish could not be done. And that is just the drama of seeing the bride for the first time, day of, like, just all the, like, hype around it. It's so stressful, so much pressure. And, like, I knew it was going to be this way no matter how hard I tried to not make it that way, just because, like, that's literally, like, society just focuses weddings around brides and like the big reveal. So like I'm glad that we didn't do anything grand where like my bridal party is hiding while I'm getting ready and there's a big reveal for them and then my dad and my mom and then you know. No,
is that a thing?
I mean, I don't know how much they hide, but like I've seen like bridal party reactions to the bride coming out and I'm like I just like I don't know what the alternative could be because I mean, yes.
What about what you did? You just like hang out, right?
The bride is very grand. Yeah, but I still felt all this pressure of like when my dad walked into the suite for the first time, luckily like it wasn't an arranged like cameras up, ready for a first look with her father, like everyone leave the room. Like it wasn't a big thing, but I still felt the pressure of like, oh my gosh, her dad's walking in. He's going to see her for the first time. And then like going to see you was nice because it was private, but it still felt like a huge thing. Like, look at me in my bridal gown.
Well, we actually had a bunch of cameras on us.
Yeah, there were cameras too. Yeah, maybe we should have just done like photographer or something instead of photographer and videographer.
I felt awkward. I was mic'd up. Like,
yeah, the mic makes it feel like a performance.
Felt pressured to say something. I ended up just not. Like I didn't say anything, and then we told the videographer just like take it out.
Yeah,
we don't want the audio from the first look.
Obviously, I'm gonna turn around, or he's gonna turn around. He's gonna be like, "Oh my God, you're so beautiful," but like,
what am I supposed to do after that? Oh my God, you're so beautiful.
Yeah, because it's like everyone's expecting you to say that, so then it just feels like scripted almost. Because like, what else are you supposed to say?
Seriously,
right?
Felt scripted.
No, I'm not saying it did coming from you. I'm saying like. Because in the moment, you didn't just, like, speak immediately for the cameras. You just, like, turned around, saw me, smiled, you know? So, like, it was more natural, but it still just felt like... Anyway, just all those things. It's just, like, there's so much pressure and hype around, like, seeing the bride for the first time.
Sure.
And like I said, I'm not exactly sure how to avoid that, but it's just something that I don't like. So, yeah. You know how you could avoid that?
How?
I feel like I would have loved this, honestly. We all get ready in the same room.
Everybody,
bridesmaids,
oh,
groomsmen, mom, dad, like everyone's just getting ready all at the same time.
progressive wedding ideas.
I feel like I would have liked that, especially because we had a lot of overlap in our friends between our bridal parties. So like I was friends with pretty much everyone in yours, and you were friends with mine. So it's like we would have had fun like hanging out all together the day of.
That
So
would
I
have been
feel
cool.
like that would have been nice.
Yeah, that would have been
Maybe
cool.
that would have helped with taking the pressure off too, because you would see me like in the moment getting ready, and it wouldn't be such a big thing. But yeah, that was my first don't. What about you? Do you agree with mine? I guess you don't. You're not really in the
Yeah,
spotlight like
I'll
that,
say I'm impartial. I will agree with you because I love you and I will support you, but like I don't have any strong feelings about that part. Like for
well, you're also not the one in the spotlight.
right. I was gonna say for the groom, I didn't really feel the same pressure
But
to
did
just
you
walk
feel
out.
like there wasn't enough focus on you?
No,
Okay.
it's fine.
All right.
I was
You were
totally
totally
fine.
chill.
Yep.
I wish I would felt like that. Anyway.
All right. Don't. Okay. Hot take. Your wedding should not have more than 25 people.
Oh. Oh, so you are doing the whole if I could do it again,
Yep.
I would
If I
invite
could
less
do it
people.
again, I would have booked that place in Gainesville, that tiny little place that
That
could
place
only
is cute.
hold 25 people.
It was a night that we
And
stayed on our engagement day.
it would reduce so much of the planning stress for the next year and a half. And I would just invite like family and like very close friends.
I don't know if it would reduce the stress of planning, because the stress of planning wasn't, I feel like it wasn't really like
No,
the
most
guest
of it
list.
was the guest list.
The guest list was stressful, but I feel like you'd have an even harder time narrowing it down to 25 and not feeling bad.
No, you'd have to just you'd have to keep your circle like so there's a circle of closeness that you have with all your people, even your family too. There's like
Yeah.
this circle and that
I just
circle
feel like it would
and
be
that circle.
hard.
You have to just pick this circle and draw a hard line and be
Not
like,
let yourself stray from
yeah,
that.
yeah. And if people ask about it, just be like, sorry, I'm having a really small wedding
Yeah.
budget. I hope you understand.
But also, like you said, I think the guest list was obviously stressful with the numbers and stuff, but then after getting that finalized, nothing else would be affected by the size, I feel like. Like
Yeah,
everything
that's
else
true.
was
Yeah.
just stress. But yeah, I see what you mean. I think I
But the problem was, I guess for us, for some reason, the guest list was not one of the first things nailed down. Like it was
well, we thought it
ambiguous
was, and
up
then it
until
kept changing.
yeah. Well, when did we say it was like pretty final? Like February before the wedding, so
No,
no.
we sent save the dates in. Oh well, I guess we sent save the dates in January, but it was finalized before that because we had to for save the dates. I feel like we had. I feel like going into like signing our venue and officially deciding, we had a rough count, but like in the next few months we still like tweaked it. I feel like that was kind of where we were at. So it wasn't final until maybe like November, December, but we had a rough count in like August when we booked our venue. But yeah, I go back and forth on that one. Like I feel like a small wedding would have been really fun and maybe like more special. But I also like, I look back on all the, like I pictured the reception, we were sitting at our table and like seeing each table with all the people that we invited and like feeling so like happy that all those people were there. So I'm also like, I don't know if I would have liked that small of a wedding because then so many of those people wouldn't have gotten to be there. So I like go back and forth on that. But I had a feeling that was going to be one of your don'ts.
Yeah, I still stand firm on that. Like
Too
I
many
would,
people.
yeah.
Which is funny.
It would be
we
sick if
only
there's
had,
only
like,
2 people.
80
Like we could just elope and go somewhere. But I guess like if you wear a wedding dress but no one can see you, did you ever really wear a wedding dress? You know?
Yes, you did.
You did.
There's photos to prove it.
That's true. I had a cousin who eloped and then they had like a drone take their photos. They got
sick.
married under a waterfall. It was
That's
super
really
sick.
I know who you're talking about. Was it here in Oregon?
Yes, it
Yeah.
was. It was in Oregon.
All right. My next do a dessert spread instead of one big cake, even though we did
yeah.
not get to reap the benefits because we were so busy. But so I absolutely don't like cake. AJ is just not that big of a fan.
Yeah, I'll take it or
Like
leave it.
it's like, yeah, he'll take it or he'll leave it. He doesn't care.
That's what I just
I
said.
know.
He'll take it or he'll leave it.
Whatever. So he doesn't like cake that much, and I don't like it at all. So instead of doing a traditional big like 3-tier wedding cake for all the guests to eat, we did one very small cheesecake that we just got from Publix because we both love cheesecake. I especially love cheesecake. And then for the desserts for all the guests, we just had a whole spread of like small finger food desserts. So like small cannolis, there were like little brownies and cake bites and like chocolate covered strawberries. I don't even remember what else. Little tarts and stuff.
It's like tons of little, yeah.
Yeah. And so I feel like that, I mean, again, we didn't get anything because we were busy and didn't even realize the desserts were brought out. We just had a slice of our cheesecake. But I feel like that was a fun concept that I know I would have enjoyed if I was able to. And I think the guests enjoyed because I feel like not that many people are that excited about the cake. When you go to
Yeah.
a wedding, no one's like, oh my God, I can't wait to eat that wedding cake.
Cake is definitely a C tier dessert.
It is. It's
in
not
general.
that good. Like it's only, I feel like people only do it at this point just for like for the photos and for the tradition. Like nobody's actually dying to eat that cake. So
I will throw in a downer about the dessert spread. I guess we didn't inform the catering staff, or not the catering staff, the workers of our wedding to like make it a dessert spread because what I heard is that they were bringing out these little plates like one at a time. So the table did not look full of desserts because they had to keep some of the stuff refrigerated, understandable. But they were bringing them out like one plate at a time. So it was
I
like
think it
one
was,
little
like,
plate
a
of
couple, but
strawberries,
yeah.
one little plate of tarts.
So
it
people
looked-
felt limited.
Yeah,
in what
yeah.
they
So
could
people
grab.
weren't grabbing as much as they should have because they're like, oh, I don't want to take the last one. But they didn't know that there was like plenty more plates in the back in the fridge. But I don't know what
Dang.
to do about that.
Yeah. I guess it's interesting because I feel like sometimes you would expect them to just keep coming and refilling. Like you expect there's more, but then also you might think that that's all that there is. Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting.
But we didn't have to deal with it because we were not attending the wedding.
We literally didn't see the dessert table in person. We saw photos of it after when we finally got our photos from our photographer. Like, oh, that's what it looked like.
Oh yeah, and our cake was the wrong color, it was the wrong flavor.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with that. Well, it was a normal flavored cheesecake, right? It was just plain cheesecake. But
Dude, I don't remember. Did we eat cheesecake?
yes.
We had some? Did I have some?
Babe, you don't remember doing the whole cake cutting and giving each other a bite?
Oh,
Oh,
wow. You just dug up a deep memory for
you
me.
were so wasted.
I never remember it
One
now.
of his don'ts is don't drink to the point where you forget everything that happened.
It means I had a good time, right?
No, it was fun. Yeah, we were talking about how we were like low-key really wasted by the end of the night, and we didn't plan to be, but people just kept bringing us drinks. Like, and not even
Oh my
people
God.
at the, like, not guests or friends, like the workers, which was really nice of them. They really stayed on top of it, like bringing us more drinks whenever. Like, I went to the bar once that whole night to get myself a drink,
People
but
just
every
kept
other
bringing
time,
stuff.
I don't even know how many I had because people just kept bringing them.
I know for sure I was 3 or 4 drinks in, and they were strong drinks
They were
before
strong,
the
yeah.
reception. This was in between the ceremony and the reception. We were taking pictures for like less than an hour, and I was
and
like
people were
4
bringing
drinks.
us drinks. It was crazy. So yeah, some of the night is pretty fuzzy, but
Let me actually that touches on. Sorry, I'm breaking the order, but
it's okay.
that touches on my dues. Drinks.
Do drink a bunch.
Please have an open bar at your wedding because it's super fun for everybody. Unless you are an addict, an alcoholic, then you can have your dry wedding. That's fine. Or if it's like a religious region,
thing, yeah.
that's totally fine. But like, I strongly recommend hard liquor if you're not opposed to that because beer and wine I feel like doesn't do the job. Especially if you're the bride or groom. You don't want to be bloated with all those beers,
Yeah.
groom. You got to put that down fast.
And wine on a wedding dress.
Oh,
What
no.
if you spill-
You need to
What is this, an ad for OxyClean?
you need to have clean.
Oh no, you need OxyClean.
That was a good Billy Mays impression.
That's his name. Literally, how do you know that?
Billy
Anyway,
Mays here.
he
Come
says
on.
that.
No, okay. He doesn't have the guy from like pre 2012. He did not have an accent. He was just American.
Really?
That's Billy Mays.
Do I not?
And then I
remember
think
him?
they switched.
Well,
I don't think any of the OxyClean people have an accent. I think it's just an American accent. You made that up.
no, I'm pretty sure he has like an Australian accent, doesn't he?
No.
Wait, am I making that up?
Yeah.
Now I'm not sure.
I'll add wine and make it tougher. OxyClean takes away the stains, but not the color. Save one shirt and OxyClean pays for itself. Cleaner, whiter, brighter. That's the power of OxyClean.
Anyway.
So
Drinks.
clear fluids. Remember, when you're sick, you drink clear fluids. When you're getting married, you drink clear fluids. Okay?
I agree. Yeah.
If you spill it on your wedding dress, you can't even tell. It'll evaporate right out.
Yeah. Adding to that, I think also having the signature drinks was really fun.
Oh, yes.
We had several types of liquor, like stuff that we had 3 signature drinks, hers, and then one named after our dog, which we called the Suki because her name's Suki. And we had some liquor outside of those drinks also. So if people just wanted like a rum and Coke or something, they could. But those were like the main ones that we promoted, I guess.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was really fun because first of all, we killed it. The drinks were delicious. Everyone loved, like, we got a lot of compliments on how great the drinks were.
So the 3 drinks were, for hers, it was a margarita. So you want to kind of spread out your liquors. So hers had tequila, obviously, a nice margarita.
Delicious.
Then mine was a mule. I made it a Moscow Mule, so you have vodka. That's a different liquor. Why did I say that? Yes.
Thank you for explaining.
And then the third one was the Suki. It was a Fireball whiskey plus Angry Orchard and some other
and like ginger ale and grenadine or something.
ginger ale and grenadine, yeah.
Something like that.
And so there you had the Fireball whiskey.
Yeah.
And so people were able to try a bunch of different stuff, and we also had beer and wine.
And I feel like
too.
it's nice to have some like predetermined options for Suki's walking around funny with their bone. I feel like it's nice to have some like predetermined options too.
Yeah.
For people who just like don't like, maybe you're not that familiar with like you don't drink alcohol that often and you don't know all the different drinks. Like you could just go up, read the menu and be like, oh, that sounds good, let me get that, instead of going up with nothing in front of you and not knowing what's available and stuff. So
Yeah, and it was fun for the guests, I think, because a couple of them came up to me and they're like, "Oh my god, I tried all 3,
Yeah.
and Suki's was the best."
Yeah.
It's fun. It's like a little collector's thing that you can do at a wedding.
Yeah, and now that sign sits on our actual little bar at
Yeah,
home.
it does,
Which
right
is so
here.
cute.
Image right here.
Oh, great. All right. So you just did another.
So that was like my third do, I think. No, it wasn't.
No, you're supposed to do a do.
Oh, good.
That was right.
Yay.
All right, my next don't.
Oh no.
This one. Okay. My next don't is just having so many traditions and scheduled events paired with like how long the reception is. It just our reception started at 6-ish and went till 10:30. But by the time we were done with all the scheduled things, like all the traditions, like the dances and the cutting of the cake and the speeches and the shoe game and the sparkler exit, like all these things, once we finally got through all of them, it was like 8:30, which I guess 2 hours of dancing sounds like a lot, but when like at that point we were already drunk. And so we were just like having a great time on the dance floor, because that's what happens when you're drunk. You have a great time on the dance floor. And I felt like it went by so fast. Like by the time they were coming up to us, like, all right, we got to wrap it up. We're going to do your exit. Let's get going. I was like, huh? Like we just started. The party just started. Also, because we got married young, 22. We're still in our little like party era. I feel like we were partying late with our college friends just before this wedding. So I feel like 10:30 was not late to us. So we were like, what, the party's already over? Like I feel like the party is just starting. So I don't know, it's like I liked a lot of the traditions we did. I think they made for like fun moments, like, and fun photo opportunities too. Like I loved the shoe game, that was fun. I think the cake cutting and the sparkler exit, like we got really cute photos out of those. So it's like I don't know how many of them I would remove. Maybe I would just make it longer, but I'm also like, am I the only one that wants to stay that long? Because it's my wedding. Maybe nobody else wants it to be that long. I don't know. It's just like, I just felt like I was just getting started when it ended. And I was like kind of sad that it was ending. Or maybe, I don't know if the solution to that is like an after party with like just close friends. I've heard of people doing that. I don't know what the solution is, but I just remember being like, what? It's over already? It just started. And it just felt like the beginning, the first half of the reception I just felt like I was constantly being called on for the next thing. Like, okay, now we got to do this. Now we got to do this. And I was like,
Yeah,
oh
we
my
were.
gosh. So, I don't know. That was mine. You agree?
Agreed. Yeah, I felt like I was gone from the dance floor. I don't know what the hell I was doing, but I was like outside talking to people, and then the wedding was like over. People were
you
like,
weren't on the dance floor when
no,
it
I
ended?
was, but
Oh.
for a decent part of the open dancing, when everybody was free, when I was free to go walk around, I like got caught up in conversation outside, and there were like your dad had a bunch of pictures of you dancing on the dance floor, and I was nowhere to be seen.
I don't remember who I danced with on the dance floor. Like, it could have been you, could have been anyone else. I don't remember.
I have a distinct memory of me trying to dip you, and then I like almost dropped you,
Yeah.
and Brody helped
Like,
catch
had
you.
to save me.
Yeah.
Don't dip your new wife when you're
Yeah,
that drunk.
that was not good.
Yeah. Yeah. And another thing, like adding to that, by the time open dancing starts, I just wanted to be on the dance floor dancing. So then I didn't get to do anything else. Like, I didn't get to eat any of our other desserts. I took one photo in the photo booth with you. And that one, and then I think we took one with our friends, but it was like right when our photo booth was closing, and the lady literally like hunted us down and was like, do you guys want photos? Because I'm about to pack up, because we hadn't been there at all to take photos, because the night was just so quick and there was so much happening. So it was like,
I should have paid for an extra hour.
yeah.
Oops.
It was, with the photo booth?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
We did pay
it
for
was
an extra
there
hour.
for several hours. We just like were so busy we never got around to it. It's like I hardly got any photo booth photos. I didn't get to try any of our desserts. I hardly got to talk to anyone. Like, yeah. Because then, I mean, sorry, this is turning into a rant, but like 8:30 starts, and if I want to do like the photo booth and desserts and mingle, by the time I'm actually dancing, it's like 10 o'clock, and then the wedding's over. Yeah, so it went by really fast. I don't know. And that was crazy too. We added an hour at our venue. So our venue's contract starts at 5 hours from the start of your ceremony. So we added an extra hour. We paid more for it because we thought if we had started at 4:30, the reception would end at 9:30, which is so early. I feel like they should give you 6 hours in the initial contract. But anyway, we added the extra hour so that it would end at 10:30. And even then it felt short. So kind of crazy. But yeah, it was fun. But wish it could have lasted longer.
So what was the don't?
It was just like all the traditions and stuff.
Don't
that
do
took
all
up
the
time.
traditions.
Either that or have a longer wedding. Whatever the best solution is for you, because I did like a lot of the traditions we did. That's the problem. I don't know what I would take out, but yeah. What?
My next, I don't know, I'm looking at this that I wrote like 20, 30 minutes ago, and it's kind of funny. My next don't is don't have a wedding.
What? You wrote that?
I said, elope. You should have listened to Rachel's dad.
But
Mr. Chris, I should have listened to you.
But you literally just said have a wedding with 25 people.
Yeah,
The
no.
last one. And now you're saying
I said,
actually.
no,
never
I
mind.
said, don't go over 25.
Oh.
And now this is doubling down. Don't go over 2.
Okay.
My point closed.
What? You actually would have rather eloped? Or you just wish we would have considered it?
I think I'm falling into that trap that you mentioned in the beginning, that it's very easy to say that after having your normal wedding. And maybe if we had eloped, I would have always wondered, like, oh, maybe it would have been fun to have our family and people there. But just, it was like so, I don't know. I was stressed up until after we were done with the wedding. Like, I was not, my stress for the wedding was not gone until we were on a honeymoon.
Really?
So it was just like, yes.
My stress was gone after, I think, the parent dances. No, the sparkler. Like once we got all the traditions and everything done, and then we were just free to dance and do whatever we wanted. That's when my stress ended, because it was like, okay, I did everything. Now I just get to dance.
Good for you. I'm glad.
I'm sorry.
I was not unstressed until I was kicking my legs off. What?
I love kicking my legs off.
Let me restart.
Okay.
I was not free of my stress until I was kicking my legs up on the Aegean Sea
I thought you were
in
about to say the
Greece.
exact same thing. Kicking my legs off.
Kicking my legs up. Chilling on a cruise ship.
Yeah. Okay. So you would have possibly eloped.
Yeah, and you know, I'm a very for lack of a better word, I'm a very frugal guy. So I understand that this wedding was a huge financial burden for a lot of different people.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you elope, I don't know. I don't know how much you can cut that down, but like we'd probably spend that money and have another experience, like travel somewhere.
Yeah, I think like so we were very fortunate to have help paying for our wedding. We didn't pay for we
No, we
pitched
didn't-
in,
yeah.
but we didn't pay for
Not
a
nearly,
lot of
not
it.
even close to a majority of it.
Yeah. So which was very nice, and we recognize we are very privileged to have had that help. I think like in hindsight, after seeing how much it costs to plan a wedding, it's like if all that responsibility did fall on us financially, I think it would be a lot more appealing to elope, because I think about that amount of money spent on like a huge trip
Yeah, a trip
around
somewhere.
the world. Like you could do so much with that amount of money, which I have seen people make that argument. Like if I'm going to spend $20,000 on a wedding, I'd rather spend it on traveling the world.
Yeah.
Which would be really sick. So that is something to consider, especially if you are the one financially responsible for it. But yeah. All right. My last do, I kind of have another one too, but it's not wedding related. I'll just say it real quick. A joint bachelor party. It's like pre-wedding.
Yeah.
That I would do a million times over. I'm sure people have very mixed reviews on that because they're like, I want to go party with my girls in Vegas. But like, I loved doing the joint thing. As I said earlier, we have like a big overlap of friends in our groomsmen and bridesmaids because a lot of them just were friends with both sides. So I feel like that was part of the reason why it was so fun, because it was just like coming together with all of our friends. Also, that like the fact that all of our friends were in one place at one time, it's like it gets more and more rare as you get older that
Yeah,
happens.
that was
So it
nice.
was really special that everyone was able to make it, and we were able to do that with everyone. Literally people coming from across the country were able to make it, which was really special. And just like sharing that moment together, because it's like I get the appeal of like hanging out with your girl/guy friends, but like it's also like we're about to do this huge thing together, so it's kind of fun to like, it's not, I almost viewed it as like a last minute like engagement party or like a pre-wedding party, like celebrating that we're about to marry each other instead of like going off on our own and being like, hey, you're about to marry that guy, woo, good for you, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense, but that wasn't really wedding related, but I just wanted to mention
That
it.
was great. The only downside was we had to pay for 2 strippers, 1 guy and 1 girl, and it was
Oh yeah, totally. That was
like-
doubled the costs.
Yep.
Stop sniffing me there, weirdo. Do you want to come in?
Come. Say hello to Suki. Oh, you can't even see her. She's so short.
Oh, Shmooky, you're blocked by the table. There you go. You got your face above the table. All
job,
right,
kid.
But my last actual wedding do was having the different music genres that shift throughout the night.
Yeah.
I feel like the music was such an important part of, or it is such an important part of a wedding, and it was something that I was a little bit stressed about because it's so hard to pick a DJ, because it's like you have no idea how good they're gonna be, because how are you supposed to like, you know,
Yeah, you can't.
there's no portfolio, like.
Yeah, we were looking for DJs and trying to figure out a way to quantify how good they were.
Yeah,
and
it's
like
hard.
you can't go off of a 3-minute video of them playing one song at a high school gymnasium. Like
Yeah, and it's like, of course they can play a song in a 3-minute video, but like that doesn't
you
determine
you
the night
really
at
need
all.
to attend one of their events to see how good they are,
Yeah.
and we couldn't do that.
So
So
we were kind of just hoping we picked a good one, but he was great.
he was so good.
And
DJ Mike, Sound by Sideshow, shout out.
yes,
Brooksville or Tampa area.
yes, and
Sound by Sideshow.
And yeah, he was really good, and I feel like he did a good job at like obviously using his DJ expertise, but taking into account our very specific requests, because what we did was we structured the night by like different genres, and it would shift throughout the night. So like during dinner, it was like kind of like poolside vibes, I think was the way we described it.
Yeah.
Like Jimmy Buffett, a little bit of country, but like kind of poolside country, like Jimmy Buffett, and like that kind of vibe. And then it shifted into like oldies, but like more dance songs, and then kind of just like went up in time from there. So like then shifted into the 2010s, like
It was like a decades
like
party.
Tayo Cruz, Black Eyed Peas vibes, and then into like more recent stuff. So I feel like that was just like so much fun, because as the night went on, it got more and more like hype.
Yep. And so it
yeah.
lined up when as the grandparents
Yeah.
started to get tired, they'd go sit down at their tables.
And then Lil Nas X comes on.
Exactly.
So I feel like that was very fun, especially because we both love music. So it was like, I feel like it was important that we had good music.
Did I have one Daft Punk song play?
Probably not, because they're not good. Oh,
What about Feel It Coming? Did I have that play?
I think she
Feel it
wants to take
coming.
her hoodie off. Look at her. That's what she does when she wants her hoodie off.
Okay.
Can I take your hoodie off? Okay, I can't get it off of you when you lay like that. All right, anyway, that was
Ruining
my
our
last
podcast. Okay, I got one more.
It's okay, people
I'll
like
close.
dogs. No, but we have don'ts after that. We have one more don't.
Oh, I'm done with don't.
Okay, I have one more.
Our wedding was so perfect that I wouldn't have any more don'ts. Okay. Oh, I guess this is kind of a don'ts that we actually did. So I said no dogs at the wedding. That means no Suki. Rachel was very upset about this, but it was good.
I know it was good, especially because our particular cute little baby is so
It
bad.
was so bad.
She's not bad. She's traumatized. She has some traumatic memories, and we're working through them. But yeah, that would have been bad
She's only good, like this behavior is only
with us.
with us. Like she's only this cuddly and this kind and this sweet
With us.
with Rachel and me.
Yeah, and a couple family members.
Yeah, but it's dwindling. Your dad's not even on the list.
Well, she's half and half with him. So you wrote that you're glad we didn't have her there.
Yeah. I'm super glad Suki was not there. Because we were, for like one day, I was looking into what it would be to have your dog there. And you have to pay a handler to come and hold your dog and then take them away after the wedding. And that'd be like another freaking couple hundred.
Yeah,
Instead, we paid a couple hundred to have her at boarding.
true.
So, I don't know. Take your pick. But it's just a hassle to have your dog at the wedding. Unless they're really well trained. I've been to a wedding where there's two dogs. Like their two dogs were like groomsmen.
I've seen people do that. It's so and imagine having photos in your wedding dress and your suit with your dog. Like, I think the photos are like the thing I would want the most, because that would just be so cute.
You
Like,
can do that. Do you have your wedding dress here?
not here. It's at my parents' house.
In Florida? Okay. I have my suit here.
So you can take some photos with Suki.
I'll get suited up.
All right. Well, my last don't is kind of a minor thing, but something that I heard some complaints about, I guess. And that was I'm not sure why, we weren't mic'd for our vows in the actual ceremony space. So our, what's it called? Officiant. Oh my gosh, I blanked on the word. Our officiant had a mic that like linked to the speakers there so everyone could hear what she was saying. And then our videographer put a mic on AJ that was meant to pick up our vows that were feeding into his stuff. So not the speakers, but his own equipment, so that he could hear our vows for our wedding video. But we didn't have any mics on us that were feeding to the speakers in the venue for people to hear what we were saying. I feel like initially it was going to be a handheld mic, so we would have. But our officiant had so much she was holding. She had her notes, and then she was also like passing us our little vow books and passing us our ring box that she requested a lav mic, which is attached to her collar. So because of that, she couldn't pass the mic to us, but no one really came up with a backup solution. So if you weren't in like the first few rows, you couldn't hear our vows, which I personally am like, I don't really care that much, but I know like these people like came to the wedding to witness us promising our lives to each other or whatever, and a lot of them didn't get to hear it. I don't know if they actually care that much, because it's very personal, so it's like it's not like they're missing out on that much, but I know that like that is the purpose of inviting people to watch your wedding ceremony. So just something I would have like wanted to address and figure out so that the people there could hear us. But I feel like it's not that big of a deal. If that's the biggest issue at the ceremony, then we had a pretty good ceremony.
Yeah. Yeah, I also heard that complaint.
Yeah. I tried to project, but I didn't want it to feel
You just don't have a
unnatural.
nice booming
And,
voice like I do.
like I bet they heard yours a lot better than mine. Like your voice carries because deeper.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to feel like I was shouting, you know?
That's okay. It's okay. We'll
But
get
it's
them
okay.
next time we get married, we'll have a system.
The joke never gets funnier.
It's always funny.
All right. Well, any other thoughts about our wedding before we wrap up?
No.
It was a fun day.
No, yeah, it was awesome.
I'm actually one more question. I'm curious what you think of this concept of the wedding. Like my wedding day was the best day of my life. What are your thoughts?
No.
You don't want to
No,
elaborate?
not
As
like that's no. I mean, it was a great day. It was very fun, but I mean,
it's stressful
it's stressful.
and fast.
It's loaded, it's busy, and I don't even see you for half the day.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think one of the days on our honeymoon was probably one of the best days of my life.
I agree with that. I think like obviously it was a beautiful day and like I'll obviously cherish it forever, but like I think saying like my wedding day is the best day of my life is just like what you think you're supposed to say. I feel like so many people just say that, but I'm like, do they really mean that? Because like it's like you're saying, like you don't even get to spend that much time with your partner that day because there's so much going on. It's a packed day. It's stressful doing one thing after another. There's so much to think about that like I feel like the day after when we were on the plane for 9 hours was like it was just like we were so like elated, like oh my god, we just got married, we're going off on our honeymoon, we're going to Europe. Neither of us had ever been to Europe before, so yeah, I feel like that's funny. The entire honeymoon was like the best days of our lives.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's just like an interesting concept. I feel like saying everyone telling you it's going to be the best day of your life too puts that pressure.
Does anybody
on it.
say that?
I feel like that's what people say, like, oh, it's going to be the best day of your life. But it's like, that just puts pressure on it to be the best day of your life, which I feel like just makes it even less likely that it will. Because it's like, I don't know, there's so many other emotions and stuff that happens on your wedding day that you don't think about leading up to it. So it's like, and I feel like those emotions kind of like take over that day, like the stress and the pressure and the pace of it.
Absolutely.
So fast paced. So
yeah.
But it was still a great day. It
was
was fun.
a great day.
Loved it. Would do it again.
Yeah. and it's like, sorry, let me collect my thoughts. Your wedding day can't possibly be the best day of your life because it's just like the first day that you're married to your person. Mm-hmm. And you're bound to have like better days with your spouse as your love deepens and grows even more throughout the years to come. So even though it's a huge life event, it's more like the start of something. It's more like the start of the best era of your life. But like the day in itself was not like it was super fun, but it's not like I don't think of that as the best day of life. Like I don't go back and wish I could relive it.
Yeah. Like,
I'm so glad that we did it. And I'm so glad that we're past that.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we're in the era that it created.
Yeah.
So that's what I think about that. It's not the best day of my life.
That's well said. I agree.
Good answer. Good answer.
Well, comment down below if your wedding day was the best day of your life.
And we will shred your comment.
Yeah.
I'm gonna argue with you.
AJ's gonna start beef in the comments with you. But if you did watch this whole video, you should comment what you would and would not do at your wedding, again, if you're already married, or future wedding.
Yeah.
Or like if any of these things resonate with you. If you're like, I never thought of that, but because of you, I'm going to also not do that or something. I don't know. I don't think we're that influential, but you let us know. And I guess that's all.
I guess so.
We really need to get better at the openings and the outros.
Okay, we need a little jingle.
Yeah, we need like
all right. Let's see.
Something with life lately. You know, this is our life lately.
This has been our life lately.
How did you just come up with that? Is that to the tune of anything?
No. Ready? 3,
No,
2, 1. This has been our life lately. Like and subscribe.
Okay. All right.